So this is PG, power input to rotor, which is E2 dash I2 dash cos theta 2 dash cos theta 2. So E2 dash is the rotor winding induced EMF, I2 dash is the rotor winding current, cos theta 2 is the rotor power factor, right? So here E2 dash, this is just like P is equal to VI cos phi, right? So in place of cos theta 2 dash, you can put this whole value in the bracket. Cos theta 2 is like power factor of rotor, it is power factor of rotor, right? So write cos theta 2, which is equal to this base divided by this hypotenuse. So this is basically impedance triangle, right, which you might have studied in electrical technology first semester, right? On this horizontal axis you will write resistance, on this vertical axis you will write reactance, and then the hypotenuse would be under root resistance square plus reactance square, right? So now in place of cos theta 2, put this R2 dash by S divided by this total impedance R2 dash by S square plus X2 dash square, right? So this is the value of cos theta 2 dash, right? Now rearrange the terms, write this whole by like this. So E2 dash divided by rotor winding impedance, right, into I2 dash into R2 dash by S, right? Write the remaining terms. So this E2 dash divided by rotor winding impedance is like, it is equal to rotor winding current I2, right? I2 dash, write the remaining terms I2 dash R2 dash by S, right? So now I2 dash becomes I2 dash square, now R2 dash by S, right? So I square R, it is nothing but power rotor copper loss, right? Let me represent it by PCU, suffix U represent the rotor copper loss. So here this I square R is nothing but PCU. So represent this whole I2 dash square into R2 dash by PCU, right? So PCU by S, it becomes PCU by S. So PCU becomes S times of PG, right? That means rotor copper loss PCU is equal to slip times of air gap power PG. That is a relation, right? Now your next job is now to make a complete equivalent circuit, right? So in order to determine the performance specification, that means in order to determine the rotor, in order to determine the shaft output power PSH, in order to determine the shaft torque, in order to determine the efficiency, so in order to determine all these kind of performance specification, you will first draw the complete equivalent circuit, right? Complete equivalent circuit means you will now combine this rotor equivalent circuit, and stator equivalent circuit, right? You will now combine these two circuits in order to get the complete equivalent circuit of three-phase induction motor, right? So the same we are going to do now. Okay, see here, this is the complete equivalent circuit of three-phase induction motor, right? Complete equivalent circuit referred to stator, right? Now, so it enables the performance characteristic of three-phase induction motor. So this equivalent circuit is basically obtained by combining rotor equivalent circuit, right, with stator equivalent circuit. Okay, so V1 is the applied voltage to stator, R1 is the stator winding resistance, X1 is the stator winding reactance, I1 is the current to stator winding. This is the representation of core loss. IC is the core loss current, IM is the magnetizing current, XM is the magnetizing reactance which is responsible for the magnetization of core. This is remaining rotor equivalent circuit, JX2 dash into R2 dash by S, right? So as the load is variable, so this is also variable, which is represented by this arrow sign. So we have simply combined stator and rotor equivalent circuit. Now in order to further simplify this for ease of calculation, just ignore this rotor, just ignore this one quantity, that is this core loss, right? So if you ignore this core loss, then IC square into RC, when you ignore this, because it is very small, so for all practical purposes if you ignore this, then you can remove this branch, right, without any appreciable change in efficiency. For all practical purposes you can ignore this, right? So once you ignore this IC square RC, that means only one branch is remaining, that is this particular branch is remaining. So draw the remaining branch and draw the remaining circuit, right? V1 as it is, R1 as it is, JX1 as it is, I1 as it is, and this is the rotor side quantity, right? JX2 dash as it is, R2 dash by S as it is, right? Here this is the rotor current, rotor winding current, I2 dash, right? So now this is the complete equivalent circuit of three-phase induction motor, right? Here this I0 is the phasor sum of this IC and IM, right? Remember, all these are AC values because we are dealing with AC, so represent these by phasor sign, right? This is the phasor symbol, right? So all these are phasor values. Phasor means magnitude with some angle attached to it, that is a phasor, right? So this is the complete equivalent circuit like this, okay? So I0 is basically IC plus IM, phasor sum of core loss current IC plus magnetizing current IM, right? You understand this? All right. So that's how you can go for complete equivalent circuit of three-phase induction motor, right? So now this circuit is easy to analyze, right? Okay. So this equivalent circuit of three-phase induction motor, okay. So thank you very much. Thanks for watching.